Welcome to War India News Hour. Disasters might happen if WHM continues for long. COVID-19 has created a broad spectrum of challenges that will persist and continue to shape many aspects of our lives and livelihoods. Companies today face a constant proliferation of social media channels and emerging digital tools. And as marketing efforts continue to transform to meet the evolving demands of the digital era, one thing remains unchanged, that is customer engagement, which is critical to success. Even as people around the world have coped with the day-to-day stresses of the crisis, they have also wondered what will life be like in the next normal and when will that next normal arrive. In order for marketers to succeed, they must be able to plan, implement and measure the impact of digital strategies that are suited to today's customers. The disruptors are being disrupted. The dispersal of corporate offices across a diaspora of home-based offices and the shutdown of economic activity due to responses of the tragic COVID-19 pandemic and its uncertain aftermath is creating a new environment and new challenges for IT professionals. The pandemic created an urgency to digitize for business continuity, but policies influencing the way people work have not caught up. The resulting uncertainty is highest among organizations that have been slowest to adjust policy. Every day, what we know as normal before the coronavirus fades away is we find ourselves in a transitional space where we cope with the crisis day by day and wonder what we'll be doing whenever the next normal arrives. Overnight, every company has been thrust into a world in which digital channels became the primary and in some cases sole customer engagement model. It is time to make bold moves forward with technology. We are facing a faster defragmentation of the market and an emergence of the security platform as the tool of choice, and there is a need for the converged digital cloud delivered platform, which means we will see the emergence of the Zoom of security in 2021. If everything goes well in 2021, cloud will become part of cybersecurity's DNA in a way that it isn't today. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Twitter's lack of security let teen hack celebrities' accounts. Twitter Inc. suffered from cybersecurity shortfalls that enabled a simple hack attributed to a Florida teenager to take over the accounts of several of the world's most famous people in July. The report by New York State Department of Financial Services said that the ability of a teenager to hack into the accounts of celebrities using a simple technique shows Twitter's cybersecurity vulnerability. Work from home assignments cheat Noida family of Rs 32,000. A complaint was filed with the Noida police by a woman after a company that offered work from home assignments allegedly cheated her family of Rs 32,000. The woman's daughter had failed a deadline and was asked to pay the amount as a penalty or face legal action. We were scared and paid the penalty, she said. Police said the investigation is underway. Cyber frauds exploit loopholes on Amazon's site to cheat buyers. The police have arrested 3 men who allegedly exploited a loophole on Amazon's website to make online shoppers pay them instead of the company for their purchase. The cyber frauds have been arrested for cyber fraud by the police. The loophole allowed them to take screenshots of booked products and use them to demand payments from the buyers. The accused provided shoppers links to purchase branded mobile phones at heavily discounted prices from Amazon, a senior official said. India's public debt ratio to jump to 90% due to COVID-19, says IMF. India's public debt ratio is projected to jump 17 percentage points to nearly 90% of GDP because of increase in public spending due to COVID-19 and fall in tax revenues and economic activities, the IMF said. The ratio has been remarkably stable at around 70% of the GDP since 1991, Vitor Gaspar, director of IMF's Fiscal Affairs Department, added. The battle for smartphone launch heats up in India. Many brands are entering into the premium smartphone segment to introduce during the Indian festive season. Apple has launched its latest iPhone 12 series, which includes 4 new smartphones that forces other brands to be more aggressive in the country. 40% of premium sales of 2020 in the rupees 30,000 and above segment will happen in Q4 2020 alone, resulting in a 16% yearly growth compared to 8% decline in the overall smartphone market in India. The OEMs including Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo and Vivo are launching their premium models. SoftBank spent $380 million on share buybacks in September. SoftBank Group said that it spent $380 million, that is 40 billion yen, buying back 6.17 million shares in September. The firm had hit pause on the buyback program in August before announcing the $40 billion deal to sell UK's chip designer ARM to Nvidia. SoftBank has pledged to spend nearly $23.6 billion, that is 2.5 trillion yen, to buy its stock back. Huawei may divest parts of Honor smartphone business. Huawei Technologies Company Limited is in talks with Digital China Group Company Limited and other suitors to sell parts of its Honor smartphone unit in a deal that could fetch up to 25 billion yuan, that is $3.7 billion. Huawei is resetting its priorities in the face of US sanctions and will focus on its higher-end Huawei phones rather than the Honor brand, which is aimed at young people and the budget conscious. Tata Group eyes to focus into online groceries. BigBasket plays an important role in India's nascent online groceries market. The company became profitable during the COVID-19 pandemic and is expected to double revenue to $1 billion in FY21. Tata Group is reportedly in talks with Bangalore-based online groceries unicorn BigBasket to acquire a 20% stake in the potential strategic deal. It is working on launching a super app with Walmart as a potential investor who may invest up to $25 billion. BigBasket is looking to raise funds worth $350 to $400 million that would value the startup at $2 billion. Dhruv Dhanraj Bahel to head BharatPe as Chief Operating Officer. BharatPe announced that it has elevated Dhruv Dhanraj Bahel as its Chief Operating Officer with immediate effect. Dhruv had joined the company in January 2020 as Head of Operations. Prior to joining BharatPe, Dhruv was Chief Business Officer at Roadzen. He had also worked at Airtel Payments Bank as Head B2B and at Paytm as AVP Business. He also associated with Fortis Healthcare and Bain and Company. Suresh Chintada appointed as the CTO in Subex. Suresh Chintada brings with him his wide-ranging leadership, managerial and technical expertise accrued across his overall experience of over 27 years. He has previously worked with organizations including Motorola, Aris and CommScope. His appointment comes at the right time when the industry is undergoing massive transformations and advancements requiring solutions vendors to come up with differentiated offerings that are technologically groundbreaking, said Managing Director and CEO Vinod Kumar. To conclude, with the need for businesses to act now, stating how businesses combat the challenges posed by COVID-19 and reshape their workplace strategy will lay the foundation for an entire generation's future of working. Businesses must react with agility and purpose. We are seeing companies driving change in real time compared to months, if not years previously. Those who were already ahead of the game in employee experience, making brave, data-driven, human-led decisions are now in a much stronger position in creating a supportive culture. Empowering people and helping them find greater fulfillment in their work is delivering value to these organizations. the pandemic has put employee well-being at the forefront of the business agenda. Almost 4/5, that is 90% of organizations agree that home working during the pandemic has been challenging for employees. Connectivity and workspace issues such as bandwidth, a feeling of isolation and a lack of dedicated workspace have all contributed to their concerns. Organizations have to look at every aspect of workplace strategy to optimize employee experience. These include culture, technology and location. A report speaks after surveying 1,350 participants across 19 markets found that 96% of the respondents believe employee needs will be at the heart of the future workplace design, while 92% of organizations recognize the value of employee experience as a crucial strategy differentiator. Just 49% are very satisfied with their current capabilities. Let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.